Welcome to Overlooked Pearls, a show where I test out strange ideas nobody spends their time thinking about. Today's topic, AP Sejuani. As a jungler, ganking lanes are vital to winning. There are two things that make ganks successful, CC and damage. Sejuani has pretty good CC, but she lacks damage because she's a tank. However, Riot gave her pretty high AP ratios, so why not use them? Abusing her passive, we can still make her decently tanky while building AP items to deal mundo amounts of damage. This allows us to turn Sejuani into an AP diver. With this build, you can still initiate fights for your team, but you are no longer a health sponge. At best, you are at bruiser levels of durability. Enough HP and damage to be dangerous, but not enough resistances to be Ornn levels of unkillable. AP Sejuani's entire plan is to dive in, freeze the squishy, cause chaos, and hopefully win. If you can hit your ult and your team is not throwing, this should work out in your favor 8 out of 10 times, which is consistent enough in my book. Have fun as you ram into enemies and delete their HP bars. We have to fully commit, so we're going to ignore Aftershock and go straight for Dark Harvest. A standard QWE combo from AP Sejuani is enough to activate Dark Harvest, making early stacks easy to obtain. Take Cheap Shot, Eyeball Collection, and Ultimate Hunter. The name of the game is stacking damage and making sure your ult is up as much as possible. For the second tree, take Conditioning and Overgrowth for mid-game tank stats. For minor runes, take Attack Speed and 1 Adaptive Force. The third one is up to you. Take Flash Smite or Ghost Smite. Flash is better for surprise ambushes, while Ghost is better for teamfights and fast ganks. This is up to personal preference. I personally enjoy Ghost Smite to chase down people. Our starting item is Red Smite for additional damage. Take a pot and scanner as usual. Our mythic of choice will be Night Harvester. Burst damage, mobility, and HP all in one item. A perfect combination for our needs. For shoes, take Sorcerers. We will need the magic pen to do damage. Now this part is where our build really starts to lift off. Follow this build path exactly. Buy Blighting Jewel as the first component to Void Staff. Next, buy Giant's Belt or Ruby Crystal as the first component to Demonic's Embrace. Finish Demonic's Embrace ASAP. After that, complete Void Staff. This build path is very important. I'll explain later in the strategy section why this is important. With that build, the last two items are up to you. If you're really ahead, build Horizon Focus for more damage or Rylai's for utility. If the enemy team is ramping up in damage and bursting you down, build some tank items. Frozen Heart, Force of Nature, Dead Man's Plate, Thormail, Abyssal Mask, and Gargoyle's Stone Plate are all good options. As always, itemize and adapt to the situation. Follow this skill upgrade path. Start with Red Smite and 2 pots. Take Ward and do the standard Ward top camp and recall into Scanner. Go to your bot camp and start E as your first skill. If the top laner or support is melee, make sure they auto attack the jungle camp. It'll build up your frost stacks to freeze and break the camp faster. Now I'm no jungling genius, but even my dumbass can easily do a healthy full clear before 3:30. After full clear, take Scuttle and immediately look to gank. You are neither tanky nor high damage yet though, so try to not get into duels against strong early junglers like Warwick or Rek'Sai. The gank combo is to Q, W, auto attack, E freeze, and auto attack. Try to gank for melee lanes because they can stack your E passive to get a stun off immediately after Q and W hits. 90% of the time, the enemy will flash out of this combo. That's alright though, because the second gank will be easier and you will still get the Dark Harvest stack from them. If you do manage to kill them, you should have almost enough gold for Hextech Alternator. On first back, buy Hextech Alternator. Get boots as well if possible. The Hextech Alternator will provide additional damage to the early ganks. Remain careful of junglers like Warwick or Rek'Sai still. You cannot fight them right now. After doing your jungling duties, complete Night Harvester and Sorc Shoes. This is when the build really starts to go ham. With Night Harvester and Sorc Shoes build, you have the power to burst people down. One combo will kill a half HP squishy no problem. Sustained champions can still be a problem for you, so it's best to focus on 2v2 skirmishes. Buy Blighting Geo ASAP. Combined with our Sorc Shoes, this will reduce effective enemy MR by approximately 40% and give us a 10% effective magic damage increase. We complete Demonic Embrace first though, because we need the burn damage in fights. Next, complete Void Staff to scale up your magic pen to match enemy defense upgrades. Once these core items are all built, almost nothing at this stage of the game will survive a combo from you. Use this to push momentum into your favor and close the game if you can. Look to catch mispositioned targets with your ult and join skirmishes to freeze targets for burst damage. Get good at landing your ult. Any non-tank personnel hit by this thing in late game is either dead or half HP. You can still initiate fights thanks to the HP increase from your items, but don't get hit too much. As said in the items section, if you're having trouble surviving, your final items can be tank items. Jump in and freeze as many people as you can while being an absolute menace to the backline. A standard Q into ult combo will easily kill ADCs. Punishing mispositioned targets and exploding them with damage will be vital to winning. If everything goes according to plan, you win. Here are the pros and cons, champion synergies, and champion counters. Sejuani is a character I rarely see on the Rift anymore. I always thought AP Sejuani was too squishy to work, but here we are. The combination of tankiness, CC, and burst damage is a really fun way to play her. I always felt that she lacked solo carry potential when she built full tank, but with this build, you can clean up fights easy peasy. What do you think? Would you play AP Sejuani? Do you prefer tank or AP? Any Sejuani tips you'd like to share? Do you have your own suggestions for this series? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. Over 90% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel, so consider doing so if you're interested. I'll catch you guys later. Rock Tofu, signing off.